All right, so this kind of eyelashes I am making by making tubes. So we have a couple options here. Option number one, tubes like this, and I can show you how to do that. Basically, if these are our eyes, what I would be doing here is selecting an edge loop that goes around the eye, and then extracting a curve out of that. So convert to curve, or you have modify, convert, polygon edges to curves. Where is it? There we go. Boom. Now I kill history, isolate it, and then I want to split it to top curve and bottom curve. Or alternatively, I could do it as one. But let's for now separate it. So I'll select, I'm going to curve point, selecting this one. Let's select the furthest away one. And let's select this one. So I'm holding shift here. Shift right click, detach curve. And then we have now two curves. I thought we would have two curves. All right, let's open the curve. There we go. And detach the curve. There we go. Now we have two curves. I think because it was closed, it gave me some weird result. And now I just have to make sure that like I get my eyelashes where I want. So like here, I don't think I want anything, and maybe here too. So now I have my curves. All I have to do now is duplicate them. I'm gonna center pivot, move, and then I'm going to shape them to do the things that I want them to do. So basically, I'm going to create a surface out of that. So I'm going to duplicate it twice and get something like this out of it. If I move my pivot point here, I can scale it up a bit, and then I'll get the kind of shape that I want. And then again here, I'll do something like this. Something like this. Cool. I'm going to isolate my curves, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, surface, loft, and then we go to settings here, and I'm going to use these settings. So I get a surface, and then I can get in here, and under tessellate, I can set the amount of subdivisions that I want. So I think something like this will do, and then I can add more here, but I think I'll keep it low. I'll just subdivide it again. If I go general, I can also, I think, go with count, and count will give me like a different kind of, you know, we can control it like this. General, we control it by V number versus U number. So if I want to have more lines, obviously I just like raise this value. And the same thing I can do for this. I have to select them in order. One, first, middle, and then last. And then again, surfaces, loft, and then again, I go to the tessellate and I insert the amount of edges that I want. So we can basically end it here, because these we can assign a texture to, and then we're basically done. Now, if we want to separate them into cards, we will get rid of like the edges that are too close together, right? So, you know, let's kill history. Isolate them, and then I'll get in here, like make sure that only the edges that I want are the ones that are present here. Yeah, I don't know why the way it subdivides it, it's not like perfect. Anyway, now I can select an edge loop and convert to edge rings, and then I can detach component and separate, right? And now I have a whole bunch of hair cards that I can, like if I use hair grabber, I can set up a pivot point on, and I need to flip the UVs basically, so the pivot point is coming from the correct place. So I'll just flip those. I think, yeah, I need to flip it like this. And then I'll set my pivot point, and it's going to be in the root, because the way the tool operates has to do with, there we go. And now I can randomize them. So I can randomize rotation, set like a very small value, and then give it a bit of randomness. And that's basically how I can get those to happen. If I want to have geometry, then I can basically select, again, same idea, select the edge loops here, and then just by using tuber, I can create some tubes out of that. So it's gonna take a moment. And we get a bunch of tubes, and we can scale this down, obviously. So scale it down. Scale it down. And now that I have it scaled down, I can select all of my geo here that I created. So let's see, select all of this geometry. And then under the extrude node, I can lower the scale, right? And then I can like randomize the rotation as well. It's gonna be a bit more tricky to randomize their rotation the way they are right now. Like I would have to basically set their pivot point to their origins. And to do that, I can still use hair grabber, I think, to do that. Let's see. But I would have to kill history now. And then set pivot point, and I think should set it at the root. And if it's not, then we just adjust the UVs. You see, it puts it on the tip. So we would have to go to UV editor, and it gives you this kind of UVs. So we just have to flip those. And I can actually do this through the tool. So if I go here, UV, flip V, I think we'll do that. Okay, cool. And now I set pivot point. And then I can randomize the rotation. Something like this. And we can hide the lofted surface. We can hide our curves. We can hide our extracted curves, and then we get something like this. So these are all the ways we can create eyelashes.